So finally, after an 8-year hiatus, we've made it back to my home state of Texas. What an awesome track, awesome venue, really high speed entries, high speed turns, put on a great show for the fans. Qualifying didn't go as well as we expected. We made some mistakes on our first run, so we had to make a second run where we got our highest possible finish, which is 17th, which put us up against Taka Aono, our Megan teammate, in the top 32. Taka's little Hachiroku is really fast. It really blew my mind following him. He really has his suspension, his Megan suspension dialed in on that car. He carried great speed through the first 2 turns. Actually pulled away from me, which was a bit of a shocker. I was able to gain some of the ground back at the end. His one mistake was whenever I followed him, he wasn't able to get to his outer zone on the last turn, which is very, very important. The judges put a lot of emphasis on getting the car out as wide as possible in the last turn. Whenever I led, I was able to pull a gap on him on the way in, and I was able to fill out the outer zone on the last turn, so I ended up walking away with a victory against my teammate. So during top 16 introductions, I have to say I was blown away by how supportive the crowd was. Texans tend to support each other. This whole state is like a massive family. It's very hard to describe what it's like to be a Texan unless you are one. So it was very overwhelming to get such a big cheer from the crowd. I think they were even cheering before my name was called. As soon as he started to introduce me, they went nuts. So really, really heartwarming. I can't wait to come back here again next year. So top 16 up against Vaughn Gittin Jr. in the Mustang. Vaughn and I have a bit of a history. We had a bunch of one more times in Palm Beach this year. Where he drilled me in the door pretty good, and I told him he better keep his foot in it here, otherwise I'm going to drill him in the door. And sure enough, on our very first run when I followed him, coming out of the last turn, Vaughn knew I was really close, and he started adding a lot of angle. And from my perspective, he had so much angle, he had to back out of the gas, and that's where you're supposed to be full throttle, and I kept my foot in it, and I drilled him, thinking the judges would see that he had too much angle where you shouldn't have that much angle, trying to cut me, you know, to chop off the follow driver, which isn't the way we do stuff out here. So then on my lead run, I went balls to the wall, great run, and they ended up doing a one more time. On the one more time, whenever I followed Vaughn, I had a bit of a shady run, you know, couldn't quite connect the drift from the outside zone of turn 2 to the last turn. It wasn't as clean as it should have been. And I think Vaughn might have had a mistake behind me, but apparently my mistake was worse, so Vaughn ended up walking off with a victory. Bit of a bummer. I was hoping I could beat him. I know we have the car. Unfortunately, it didn't go our way, but that's okay. We'll be at Irwindale, ready to kick some butt, so looking forward to seeing you guys out at Irwindale.
Congratulations, you are the badass battle here in Texas, in your home state.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for letting me do the badass battle.
I think me, you did all.
I told Vaughn I was going to hit him in the door, and I hit him in the door.
No, you didn't.
I really did.
So kids, it is all stage, like WWF. Yep, cat's out of the bag, Pandora's box is open, let's protest everything.